weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
What's going on, everyone? Country with Celine here, and I am back with another episode today. Please welcome Makayla Charlene. Makayla, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Now, you're not too far from me. You're up in Kelowna.
I
I'm down
am.
in Coquitlam.
I
So
wish I was able to be there with you in person. That would have been so much fun.
I know it's okay. Next time we will totally do an in-person interview. Are you by chance, we're kind of skipping forward here, but are you by chance going to the CCMAs in Kelowna? I feel like you are.
Oh yeah, I've missed out on it for the past 2 years. I've told myself like I'm gonna go in 2023, and then with it being like way far away, I couldn't. Told
Yeah.
myself I was gonna go this year, but I started a new job, so I wasn't able to go to the one in Edmonton. So with it aligning and coming to Kelowna next year, I'm like, okay, this is meant to happen. Like I can walk out my front door and be there. This is perfect.
No, it's honestly so perfect. I'm so excited for people to finally come out here too, because I have so many friends in Ontario that are singers and they've never been to BC, let alone the Okanagan. Like that's stunning over there. I just went to Kelowna for the first time this summer and I am in love.
Honestly, like it's tough to beat the Okanagan. So many people I've chatted with, again, like off in Ontario or when I was in Nashville chatting to people, no one's really heard of BC and they don't really know what it's like. So I feel like they come here and they're like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, why haven't you come yet?" Like
It's
we got
such
lakes, mountains.
such a different lifestyle here compared to Ontario. Like Ontario is just so flat. And then here it's like mountain, landscape, lakes, this, that. Like there's just so much beauty here.
When I was in Nashville, one person said, like, I'm showing them photos of where I've grown up and what I do on the weekends. And at the time, I remember telling this one person specifically about snowshoeing, and they've never, didn't know,
Uh,
not a thought about like what is snowshoeing. Anyways, I'm showing them photos of where I grow up and where I live currently, and they're like, that's like what country songs are made of. Like the landscapes you're showing me are what country songs are basically written about. So
yeah, they are. But it's funny because I'm not throwing no shade to no American. I love my Americans. But sometimes you get like, and just like Canadians too, some Canadians don't really know that much about America either. But it's funny when you get that one American that really doesn't know a lot about Canada and they kind of just think we live in like, igloos and stuff like that sometimes. I'm like one time they didn't know where Toronto was. They thought it was, I think, an hour from like Louisiana. And I'm like, no, it's
a
in
little,
Canada. It's a little
little
north.
further.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little north. But
It's so innocent too, though. Like the way they
yeah,
come across about it, it's like, wait, what is that? And where is that? And is it cold there? It's like, no, we got
yeah,
full 4 seasons. They're like, oh, like it's just
yeah.
in a completely innocent way most of the time.
Oh, for sure. It's completely innocent, but it's just so funny when they say certain things and you're just like, doing a little head scratch, like, are you sure you took geography or like history or anything? But anyways, you released your latest single. So I was telling you before, I might mess the name up, but I'm gonna try my hardest not to because sometimes it's the M's that get me. Marlboro Might. Oh,
That is right. You
I
got it.
think I
Yeah,
think I nailed
Marlboro.
it.
I think you did.
Yes. Okay, so Marlboro Might, you just released that in August. So tell me a little bit about this song.
Oh, I am honestly so proud of this song. Like I've recorded and released 3 songs now,
Mhm.
and this is by far my favorite. I wrote it with David Boris, who's just out in Vancouver, so close to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was the first time we ever connected or talked. So I got set up on this co-write virtually through my music consultant, and like David and I hit it off right away. Hopped on Zoom. We're instantly talking about Vancouver and Kelowna and the
Of
Okanagan. We're
course.
so close, and he was just wonderful, like so nice. And I brought this idea to him about originally the song was going to be about the Marlboro Man. So I wanted to write this song about like,
Gotcha.
oh, the cowboy, the Marlboro Man, like,
Yep.
X icon, we love it. But we ended up totally switching gears, and yeah, we came up with Marlboro Might, basically about how it's not your mind, it's not your heart that's pulling you to make maybe that like passion focused decision, but it's the cigarette guy, the cigarette smoking cowboy that you're like, ooh, that might be nice.
Ooh, I know sometimes you see that and you're just like, something about that is making me feel certain ways.
And I don't know why, and I don't know what it is. Like, I'll leave that up to the universe to decide. But it was just this really fun, lighthearted song, and we wanted to talk about my experience of going to the Corral. So the OK Corral Cabaret is like the country bar here in Kelowna. And I've been going there since I was 18. So I feel like I gotta bring the Corral into every song that I write about. But yeah, we talked about the experience of going to the Corral and spinning around on the dance floor and having a good time out and just going with it, like just going with it and having a good time. And at first, the song had a totally different melody. Like the only way I could really think of the melody, like how to describe it, would be like pumped up kicks. I,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. Like it just had this totally different sound, and we wrote it, and it was fun, but it just sat there for months. We did nothing with the song. I did nothing with the song. Wasn't totally sold on it, but I still loved the lyrics, and so it took a lot of going back to see like what could I revamp and what could I tweak and
Mhm.
how could we make it sound a little bit more honky tonk because like honky tonk bluesy country is that
Yes.
direction I want to go. So
Well,
like
I
that.
can hear it in that song. And I mentioned that to you once you sent me over an email. And once I heard that song, I reached out and I told you that it sounds like that old school country, which I love. Like it's so nice to hear that again because we're starting to hear more of that now, but it kind of did fade away for a while and we were more on that like pop country, which we still are. But it's nice to kind of bring that old school honky tonk country back because that's what it get your feet still go, my God, your feet start going once you start hearing those songs and the melodies and you just like jamming away. It's nice.
Yeah. Like I think that is a goal with a lot of my music. Like I want to share my story and my experience and I want to be a good storyteller and all these things, but I just want people to have a good time. I want people to be wanting to go out and dance or sing
Yes.
along to it in their car or just like getting turned up a little bit. You know, if it gets you moving, then my song's done what I wanted to do right now. And I want people to enjoy my music in a lighthearted way. But I agree with what you're saying. I think there's a place for all different types of country music. Like pop country has been so prominent and
Hmm.
so like in the forward with
Yeah.
type of popularity and genre in country music. But yeah, it's nice to hear like this more honky tonk, old school rootsy country coming back, like Zach Top. I love
Yes.
Top, and he's got that like George Strait kind of feel to him.
Yep. I was just talking about Zach Top and like Zach Bryan even about like them getting played on the radio. And I heard that this could be the time when they're actually going to be start playing them more on the radio and kind of get them more intertwined with like our generation nowadays too, because not a lot of people, listen to that sort of music, but the more they pump it out, the more people will start to listen to that music and the more it's going to just keep growing now. So we love that.
Yeah, love that. I heard Zach Top on the radio today when I was driving through town, and it just, yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling hearing that kind of country music come on.
It is. And now, music video for this song because you kept talking up your country bar in Kelowna called the how do you Corral?
Corral, the
The
OK
Corral.
Corral. Yeah, my
Okay.
girlfriend and I would just call it the Row.
The Ral. Okay, well, I'm gonna call it the Ral now too. Are you gonna do like a music video there? I feel like you should. It's only fitting.
I would absolutely love to do a music video. Like as an independent artist and just starting out, sometimes budget is tight, but
Yeah.
I'm really trying to prioritize content and the different kind of material to promote these songs. And I think in the near future, a music video for that song would be so fun to do. And yeah, there would be no other place to do it but the Corral. So I would love to like pull together a team of people to put that, yeah, like bring that plan to reality.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, what you can always do is go there on the weekend and go pump out content, like get people to just talk to people out there with your little mics and start posting stuff on TikTok and all that, which it works.
It does work. And that is one piece that I'm so trying to work better on. Like social media is not my strong suit. And I think you probably hear this from so many creative people or artists. They're like, oh, I just want to write songs and for the songs to do well. And then like toodaloo, the social
So
media.
fair. Yeah.
But it's such a big part of it now. Like it is the tool to promote your business. So yeah, I've been connecting with some really great photographers locally, like yeah, Elite Ambitions, incredible photographer here in town. And then there's True Elements, and me and Amanda were just together doing video content for Marlboro Might. So I'm hoping to be getting that out soon. Content will probably be out by the time this is up and posted. But yeah, there's really great talented people in town locally that help with all of that. So I'm trying to make make those connections happen and make use of them.
Yeah, Kelowna has a really good like entertainment industry there, I will say, like with artists and on the other side as well. So you got like a good group going on over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's so many people over here. Like, yeah, you got Dawson Gray, you got Mitch Zorn, Zach McPhee.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, the names kind of go on, but there's a lot of people locally, and then, like you said, kind of those other supporting creative agencies like photography and videography,
Yep. And you have a lot of breweries there too to play. So I feel like there's a website, well not a website, there's an Instagram page and it shows all of the different like music, like entertainment events that are going on throughout the whole city, which is so cool to even have that.
it is so supportive. Like, I'm honestly so thankful to be living here in Kelowna and for the music scene to be so promoted and so cared for and tended to. Like, just last night over at Revelry. Revelry is a really big venue that's coming up too in Kelowna, and they're hosting like a it was in tune music industry mixer. So basically, like, people in the music industry could go and
Love.
connect and get to know other people, and yeah, it's very much nurtured here.
No, I love that. And that actually works perfectly, especially when it's a smaller community, because Kelowna's not that big. So it's nice to have that support from so many people and they just want to see their artist and they're like hometown kids, like go far. So we love that. And now your song actually got added to the new country playlist on Apple Music. So yeah, that's so exciting. And now what's like another playlist that you cannot wait to get added to? Because there's so many nowadays.
There's so many, and really I can't pick, but just the fact that I got some love from Apple Music and getting added into
Yeah.
New and Country, sorry. Um, I was shocked. Like, I woke up and I had a little dance party at my house. I was freaking out when I saw that it got added on there because that's my first editorial playlist that any of
Yeah.
my songs been added to. So that was a huge deal. Like, yeah, shout out to Apple Music for that. But yeah, like, really any kind of love that I can get from these Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon, I'm just so thankful for. I will share something exciting with you actually about this. I haven't posted about this, so
Okay,
this
please
will be,
share.
yeah, this will be coming up soon. But I just found out that Marlboro Might is going to be added to SiriusXM's Top of the Country station. So
That's
yeah,
so exciting.
I'm pumped. Like, that's going to get added in the near future. So yeah, I'm super excited. Again, had a little dance party. I like freaked out, was jumping around, like whoop whooping about it, and I started crying, went through the
It's
full,
fair.
yeah, full roller coaster of emotions. So
Pop a bottle of wine, get the mood right. That's the best. Oh, congratulations. That's so exciting. You get to hear yourself on the radio now. That's pretty cool.
I don't know how I'm gonna like wrap my brain around that. I'm probably gonna freak out a little bit because I got SiriusXM in my car, so I'll probably be driving
Yes.
when it pops on. I'm definitely gonna have to pull over, or else I'll probably be a danger to society on the road when my song comes on. So
You got
stay.
to make sure you're listening to it 24/7. Or you got to ask somebody, what time are you playing the
Yeah,
very first song? Just so I know and I can prepare myself for it.
gotta get that video content. The typical,
Yes.
like, I'm hearing my song on the radio. Set the phone up in like the middle of the car.
No, it's the best. I remember when I've seen so many videos of people hearing their song for the first time being played on the radio and sometimes they're in drive-throughs and they're like, "Oh my God, it's happening." And they're like propping their phone up as it's going on and like they're trying to order, but they're also like just trying to listen to their song. So I can't wait to see where you are when that actually happens for you.
I'm excited. I'm hoping that I'm not in a drive-through. Hoping that it's somewhere a little bit calmer. But yeah, we'll see.
That would be
I'm
that would
so
be
excited.
best. And now, so top of the country, your song, what new music do we got coming out now? Either to end 2024 or to start 2025 because the year is almost done, which is crazy.
I don't know where the year went. First of all, that
It's
blows my mind.
wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Marlboro Might is the last song that I have to release for 2024, which I'm sad about because now that it's on top of the country, all I'm
Yeah.
wanting is to like get more
Yep.
music out there. But I am planning to release hopefully up to 4 songs next year. So I am
Okay.
writing like a hot damn right now. I've got like 5 co-writes coming up in the next couple weeks, and just really taking this time to go through the songs I've already written and keep following that lead of what Marlboro Might is starting. Like, I want to continue on with that bit more honky tonk, bluesy, upbeat, bar feel kind of country music. And
Yep.
I think honestly right now that's just what's the most true to me. Like I'm I'm a person that loves to be open and chatty and vulnerable and share my emotions and feelings, but I'm also someone who loves to just be bubbly and energetic and, you know, keep the party going. So I think that is going to be the direction that these next couple songs are kind of headed towards. So even though there isn't anything locked in right now, it is definitely coming in the near future. And I'm hoping that it's a full year with that next year. All
Well,
of that leading up to CCMAs and everything.
yes. Oh, yes, you got to get all the songs out as much as you can before the CCMAs, because then hopefully you can start landing some gigs where you can play the songs at the CCMAs.
Absolutely. And, you know, that is a big piece. Like, I'm wanting to reach out to the CCMAs and kind of get involved leading up to the big event in Kelowna. And I
Oh,
know
it's
so many,
perfect for it.
yeah, they're so supportive too. Local artists. I heard a lot of artists based out of Edmonton or just Alberta in general were being brought in for those like weeks to months leading up to the event. So to be a part of any of that would be so incredible too and play all the new songs.
Well, I'm sure you will be. I mean, you are living in Kelowna, you're a local artist, and that's where the CCMAs are happening. And like you said, they're very supportive of the local artists. So I'm sure something will definitely come about it. And now, co-writes and writing, because that's what you're going to be doing next year to release songs. Are we planning a trip to go to Nashville?
I again really want to go to Nashville. As an independent artist, the budget's a
Still,
little
fair.
tight.
Fair enough. It always
Um,
comes back to the budget all the
it
time. Always
it
comes back.
does, and it makes me so frustrated that it's about the budget. But you know, I know there's a lot of different funding and grants out there available, so that's also something I'm taking the time to do right now. Sorry, my dog's at the door. He
Oh
was
no, no, please.
crying
That
away.
your dog can come in. We love
You
dogs.
know what? I'll be right back. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sorry.
No, no, please do.
Come on, you hop on in here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Come here. You want to come say hi? All right. Yeah.
Small dog or big dog? What?
Oh, it's a small dog. He's like a
Oh.
little cow. Let's bring him in.
Oh my God. What's his name?
This is Snoopy.
Snoopy. Oh my God, Snoop Dogg. What's going on?
He's
Oh
like, that's
yeah.
all I wanted. Just wanted to say hi to mom.
Just wanted to say hi. Just wanted to get one pet. That's it. Then I'm gone.
He's needy. He's kind of clingy. Um, but yes, so songwriting. I know so many great songs come from Nashville, and like the best of the writers are out in Nashville. And to get there would be so important to grow my career and grow as an artist and grow as a songwriter because that's kind of two journeys I'm trying to take at the same time. I want to be an artist, also would
Yeah.
love to be a songwriter, and that's why connecting to these other songwriters either in Canada or out in Nashville is so important. And I've got some pretty good connections, and I love talking to people like Chrissy Feniak. She was actually from Alberta, and she's out living in Nashville as a songwriter right now. Or there's Ryan Sorsted, who I've connected with a lot, really talented songwriter in Nashville, and he works with Shantea quite a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, to get back there would be amazing because I miss it. I went to Nashville once. I was there for about I think it was 5 days in total, which is not enough time.
No.
Like,
It's not, especially as an artist too, it's not enough time because you want to book as many rights as you can. And you also want to go out. You want to go and mingle. Like you want to go and watch live music. You want to go to Red Door because we all love going to
oh,
Red Door.
love Red
You
Door.
know, winners, losers. Like you want to go out to all these places. Well, winners is no longer a thing, actually. I think it's just losers. But you want to go out to these places. And so it's hard to like just book a 5-day trip there.
It is like you jam pack that trip and you're still missing out on things. Like when I went and recorded my first single, Old Fashioned. So I remember flying in and I did a red eye. So I wake up.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was a
Oh
bad
Lord.
plan. Like, do not do a red eye on your way to Nashville because first day, Monday, total write off. I got lost at the airport, got locked out of my Airbnb. I'm like, I'm just
Nice.
gonna get a coffee and we'll figure it out. It's fine.
Oh no, because then that whole day too in Nashville, you want to do stuff and you're just dead, like
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
dead all day.
I think I power napped and then I got my butt out to the bar. I was like, where can I go? And I think the first place I went to was actually Red Door. Yeah. So
Red Door closes at like 3 in the morning and it's open Monday to like Sunday. So every single day of the week you can just go there and go have fun. And it's always busy. That place is always busy.
that's where you meet the most people. Like I was definitely there till close most nights
It's
when I
okay.
was in Nashville.
We're
And I
all
met,
there.
oh yeah, I met the two nicest group of people. Like totally different groups. They didn't really know one another, but I was going out to this bar and going off to Whiskey Jam one night and down to Broadway and all these places. So to just go back and reconnect with the people I met already in Nashville would be so, so huge. Like I remember like my favorite part of Nashville was I went to Tin Roof and
Okay.
bumped into like a group of people I knew there, and they're like, you got to come back to this house party with us. And I was like, I don't know you that well, like stranger danger, like my mom warned me about this. I'm a female traveling alone.
That's so fair. Okay.
But I went back to this house and it was like Tucker Wetmore and a bunch of these other really talented, wonderful songwriters
Okay.
and artists and all these people. And we just hung out, like having a couple drinks. They had pizza and they're just playing songs they've written lately. I'm like, this is really fun. Like, this is perfect, my kind of party. But yeah, I want to
That
get back to Nashville.
that's so cool. I mean, that's the beauty about Nashville. Like you can be hanging out with, I don't know, some guy named Tim that you just met at Red Door, then he can invite you somewhere and you go with him and he ends up knowing this person, that person, this person. Like it's just everyone is so well connected in
And
Nashville. And they're so nice too. Like all the people that even I have met down there, everybody has been super nice and super welcoming and they love Canadians. They love us.
everyone was so supportive, and that's the biggest piece that I noticed there. Like, I think the first night I went to Red Door, um, no, one of the nights I went to Red Door, it was right after I finished recording. So I was all pumped up, talking to some people I'd met there. I'm like, yeah, I just recorded my first song. It was wonderful, good experience. And people around are just kind of listening in. So we
Yeah,
buy you a shot, celebrating with you, just wanting to be like in
so
that
nice.
moment. And yeah, like bringing you up. It's the best.
Now, what you got to do is you have to release an EP or an album or even a single while you're in Nashville. Like that's what you got to do because I feel like a release night will be very nice in
Be
Nashville.
amazing. That'd be, yeah, you'd have the best release night. Go down to
Oh,
Broadway, go to all the different bars, just hype it up. Be like, oh, hey, I just released a song. Do you wanna add it
yeah.
to?
Go to Broadway. Yeah, exactly. You go to Broadway and you go and hit all the tourists on the street.
Yeah,
And you're
you
like,
find
download my song, download my song.
every bachelorette party you pass. It's just, ladies, give me your phone.
And they'll give it to you too because they've all had one too many down there. So
100%. This is a good marketing strategy. I'm gonna take notes of this.
right, please do. By all means, take all the notes you want. But now kind of backtracking a little bit here because we can talk about Nashville and we can talk about how much fun Nashville is for hours. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been to Nashville, which I feel like if you're listening to this podcast, you definitely have. But if you haven't, you need to get your butt down there, especially if you love country music. It is the place to be and you'll have a great time. But we want to know, Makayla, how did you get into country music? Now, was this something that your family played like an instrument, or your mother like used to listen to it, your dad, and you kind of that you've adopted it, and like how did it all happen?
It was pretty organic, and not a lot of people in my family play music or sing or anything like that. So I think I was probably 12 or 13, and my family got me my first guitar. And so my uncle, he was the one that taught me a couple chords, and then I just went off on my own from there. So
Okay.
self-taught guitar player, which is
Wow.
why I'm not a pro guitar musician by any means, but yeah, like I remember teaching myself how to play like songs from City and Color and some Johnny Cash and
Okay.
all these like different bands.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was into musical theater. Like I was really into musical theater as a kid and singing and dancing. So I'm very lucky and fortunate that my mom put me into a musical theater group and production company in Vernon, and that was called, I don't know if they go by the same name or not, but it was Center Stage at the time.
Okay.
And so I did like 6 or 7 different musicals, like for years with the
Wow.
company. And I think that is really what brought forward a bit more of that extrovert behavior, a little bit more confident and chatty
Mm-hmm.
and bubbly. And obviously, like the singing really helped. We did singing lessons, dance lessons, acting lessons, and that. So it really was a full, well rounded experience. I took piano lessons for a year and then
Oh,
went into
shoot.
private voice. So music has always been around, and I kind of dove into that world lightly when I was in my mid to late teens. Um, but yeah, it wasn't really something on the radar for I want to be a country musician or a singer or a songwriter.
Fair enough.
Like I told you earlier, I actually have a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. So, or Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in psychology. So the whole plan and the direction of life that I thought it was going to go was get the degree, join RCMP, and go be a forensic psychologist. Like that's what really excited me when I was younger, like Criminal Minds, those kind of
Oh
shows.
my Lord. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was one of those people, still am. But as I was going through my schooling, once I moved from Vernon to Kelowna, because I finished my degree here in Kelowna at UBCO, I didn't know anybody out here, which is so silly because it's a 45-minute drive. You wouldn't think, oh, I'm going to be lonely, but moved to Kelowna, living on my own, and I really didn't have a lot of people to connect with or friends to visit with or people to, just spend time with. And
Mhm.
that's when I started picking up my guitar more. So, playing some songs at the house and singing and practicing different songs just on my own. And it really wasn't going anywhere until I started posting about it online.
Yeah.
And just one day, the owner of the corral at the time, he reached out. He's like, hey, seen you posting some videos online of you singing. We have a Johnny Cash tribute band at the corral tonight.
Oh,
Would you want
okay.
to come and do a patio show afterwards? And I'm like, oh, tonight? Like, okay, sure. I've never done anything like this before. And just kind of took it on a chance. And I remember going out with my girlfriends, and like at the time, all I had was a guitar, had like no equipment, had no mics, no nothing. So, um, yeah, I went there with some like rickety little sheet music stand, propped my phone up on it so I could scroll through
Nice.
guitar chords and songs. And they had thankfully enough equipment to set me up, and I played out there for I think 3 hours. And that was the first
Wow.
time, yeah,
Okay.
performed in front of anybody, and people loved it. Like they're requesting songs, had a good time. So that was that first moment where I like realized, oh, I could do something with this. Like I could
Hmm.
go and play a show on the weekend at a cidery or a brewery and maybe make some cash while going through my degree, like just to help me get by.
Yep.
And then there was just 3 summers back to back of multiple shows each week, months full of music. And it was at wineries and cideries and breweries, and then ended up doing a music festival with Monashi Music Fest. And that is when I was like, I want to do this. Like, this is what I want to keep pushing for. And I started doing more songwriting around that time, not just doing cover shows. So, yeah, that was roughly when I started meeting with Jeff Johnson. That's kind of the time we also wrote Old Fashioned. And it wasn't until I made that decision of, Kate, I've been performing locally for like 3, 4 years now. I want to go and I want to record my first song and just see what this world is like explore the music industry, the music world a little bit more. So I was
Yeah.
really just like dipping my toes in while I was going through my degree and onward. But it wasn't until after my degree that I decided, yeah, like I'm gonna give this a shot. So yeah, just kind of like fumbled into it, and I love it. I'm so thankful that I did.
Well, there was a reason why you did that. And I mean, sometimes it does happen like that, where you think you want to get into this one career and then you do it for a while, but then you find something else, and then that becomes your passion. And that's what you're actually like, you know what? I really want to do this. As soon as you get a taste of something different, sometimes too, it makes you very intrigued. And out of curiosity, you want to go and try it and you want to go dabble in it just to see how it is. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But for the most part, it does always work out because clearly you weren't so passionate about the first career that you were curious enough to kind of try out the second one. And as soon as you get one door open, that's when everything starts to happen. And so that's exactly what happened with you, the Johnny Cash one. And then all after that, you started booking more shows, wineries, breweries, and like you were saying, the festival as well. So it all happens very quickly sometimes too.
It does. And I think at times it kind of felt overwhelming because I felt like I was looking at all these different paths in front of me of like, okay, like I'm in school and I'm finishing school, but I want to pursue music. And okay,
Yeah.
I've finished the degree and I could go off to RCMP or I could just work locally. So I chose that route so I could continue exploring music. And, kind of there's always these splits in the road where I'm
Yeah.
like, what do I do? Because my heart's wanting to go this way, but my mind's saying, keep focusing on a job that's going to support you so that you
Yeah.
can still enjoy music and support yourself in some comfort of ease and not be too strained. And I think that's like an internal push and pull I have because you hear people say, if you're not 110% committed to music and if you're not only relying on that, you're not going to make it. Like I've heard quite a few people say if you've got a backup plan, like it's not going to work out then in the music world. And some pieces of me believe that, and other pieces think, if I can support myself in a 9 to 5 that allows me to go and record more music or buy that
Yeah.
equipment or get that trip to Nashville, then maybe it's a little bit of a sacrifice I'm willing to make for now
Yeah.
until.
You have to pay your dues too, right? So if that's how you're getting by right now, that's what you got to do. And I understand where all these people are saying like you have to be 110% in. You can't have a backup plan. And I mean, realistically, you want to work full time in music. You want that to be your career. So you don't really have a backup plan because that's what you're always going to try to go for. Like right now, you just have the comfort of having a secondary job where you can support that goal. But there's going to come a time in the road where maybe you're like, you know what? I don't want to do this job anymore and I want to work full time in music. And then that's when you kind of make that decision. But right now, if it's helping you out, let it be. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. And yeah, I think there's definitely days where I'm at my 9 to 5 and I'm like, I just want to be writing a song right now. I wish I was just
Yeah.
at the show. Like I remember this moment of, so sorry about my dog. I remember this moment of I was driving, driving with my boss and on my way to see a client, and I passed Dawson Gray locally. And I was like, oh, I kind of wish I was like bombing off somewhere to probably do something music related right now. So it was just a little moment where I'm like, I'm a
Yeah.
little jealous. Like I want to be doing what he's doing. I'm sure he's doing something music related. But yeah, it's for the time being, it's helping me out and it's supporting me a lot. And it is allowing me to make some bigger decisions with music that if I wasn't in this position, I don't think I'd be able to. So
Mhm.
there's definitely like no regrets about school or anything because all of those steps have gotten me to where I am now. And yeah, I wouldn't really change it. Like I loved going to school and I've loved the job that I've had and everything. And yeah, it's kind of making me the person that I am with my music. So
Yep. And it will all work out the way it's supposed to work out. That's how I live my life. And it's true because everything will fall into place eventually.
yeah, gotta trust the process.
Exactly. All right, Makayla. So upcoming shows, what do we have going on?
So as of right now, I've got 2 shows coming up. One of them was just announced today, but this will be like in the past once this is posted. So November 22nd, I'm performing at the OK Corral. It's going to be at the OK Corral Cabaret's 40th anniversary, which it's so cute. I'm so excited to be there. I'm going to be the opening act. And then we've got Lee Dinwiddie going on after me, and then the Dirt Road Kings. So it's going to be a fun night. Like, I feel like we're all going to be bringing a bit of that like honky tonk country vibe.
Yep.
Um, I would hope it's a country vibe. I don't know why I added that.
It's
Anyway,
always fun when it's a country vibe, so
it
hopefully.
is, especially for a country show.
Hmm.
So that's the first show I got coming up. And then after that, I'm going to be doing an opening set at Redbird on December 7th at yeah, December 7th, and I'm opening for Michael Daniels. So I'm so excited to be opening for him. We've known each other for a while now, and I just performed same set as him at Boots and Boats that happened this past summer. So yeah, it's been cool to see him perform a bit more, some more of his songs, and yeah, those are the 2 big ones I've got coming up, and I'm hoping to have a few more scheduled in the fall and early winter too.
Awesome. Well, that's good to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to catch her, please go out to one of those 2 places. They're out in Kelowna too, just so everybody knows. If you want to fly into Kelowna, that's totally fine too, by all
Yep.
means.
Fly into Kelowna, come to the Corral, come out to
Yeah.
Redbird, good time at both. So
Yeah. You'll have so much fun and you'll never want to leave
yeah,
because the BC is beautiful. So,
absolutely.
yeah. Okay, now, Makayla, we're gonna play a little game here before I let you go.
Okay.
A little this or that, but we're gonna do it rapid fire. So you have to do it very quickly, okay?
Okay, ready.
Okay. Okay. We'll start off easy. You ready?
Okay.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla,
Starbucks or Tim's?
Starbucks,
Rom-com or horror movie?
horror. I love horror movies.
Okay. Beer or cocktail?
Cocktail,
Boots or heels?
boots, boots,
Boots. The boots were made for a walking. Trucker hat or cowboy hat?
cowboy hat,
And TV show or music as background noise.
music, music or a podcast. It's gonna be one or the other.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Podcast. That's a good one. I forgot about podcasts, even though this is a podcast. But all right, cool. Good to know. I'm more of a music person as well when it comes to background noise. It's funny, me and my roommate were talking about this because she always puts on TV shows. And I'm like, no, you gotta listen to the new and country. You gotta listen to what's going on. Come on, you know?
Gotta keep up with the new music. What's going on? What's
Yeah.
trending?
Yes, or you could just listen to the Country with Celine 2024 playlist as well. So all the new songs are added in there, Spotify, Apple Music, had to plug myself in there because of course I
Absolutely.
did. Yeah, right? We
You
always
should.
have to. As we should. Well, thank you so much, Makayla, Charlene, for joining me today on Country with Celine. It was a blast getting to chat with you and looking forward to seeing you in Kelowna and again at the CCMAs in Kelowna too.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. And it was so wonderful chatting with you. And yeah, I'm pumped to connect with you in the future.
Yes, can't wait, girl.